The best time to watch anything is by yourself. Scary stuff is by yourself. By yourself. That's most important. By yourself at night, you know, and then just go to bed after. It gives you the best dreams.
No, it does not.
For me, it gives me the best dreams.
I be having horror stories in my head.
Best type of dreams.
It's easier once they're dead.
What's up, guys? We're coming to another banger video.
Yes, sir.
Another top 10 movies to watch this Halloween. Coming right up.
Yes, I think this video was probably like from last year. So hopefully up to date on some things. I don't know. We'll see.
I haven't seen too many movies lately.
Fractured. Release date, October 11th, 2019.
I'd like to do a CAT scan.
Daddy's gonna take care of us.
It looks
I'm gonna
familiar.
wait right here for you when you get out.
With a director and producer known for projects in the horror and thriller genres like The Machinist and Session 9, this Netflix original film certainly has a lot of potential right out of the gate. Add to this a cast that includes Sam Worthington of Avatar and Terminator Salvation fame, as well as the Tony Award-nominated actress Lily Rabe, who's also on American Horror Story, and you can certainly call us intrigued. Fractured is a psychological thriller that follows Ray Monroe's search for his wife and injured daughter after he checks them into a hospital and they're nowhere to be found.
And they like they didn't know him. Yeah, like nobody knew him. Like he was like.
I thought he was going crazy, and it was. I think they were. You know, I'm not going to spoil it for people who
I
haven't seen it.
I forgot to read that.
So
she knows.
Right. So if like you haven't seen it, you probably should go check that out.
Good movie though.
Where are they? Who's behind all this? We will all have to tune into Netflix in October to find out.
You saw my little girl. You treated her on.
All I've got to go on is your word that they were here at all.
I think I'm making them up.
Number 9, Girl on the Third Floor. Release date, October 25th, 2019.
Oh, I've seen that before.
After racking up lots of critical praise at film festivals earlier in 2019, this horror flick by writer-director Travis Stevens is one highly anticipated movie. But those reviews, which sit at 93% on Rotten Tomatoes at the end of September 2019, aren't the only things this film has going for it. It also happens to star ex-professional wrestler CM Punk in the lead role. Credited under his real name, Phil Brooks, the mixed martial artist makes his acting debut as a husband who buys a house for him and his expecting wife. But his new purchase unfortunately comes with a whole lot of unwanted
Every time
baggage.
they have a movie like that.
With creepy supernatural elements and amazing practical effects, this is one haunted house story that we can't wait to see unfold.
You want my advice?
Move out.
Get your husband and your baby far away from that house.
Number 8, Satanic Panic. Release date,
Nice.
September 6th, 2009.
Satanic Panic sounds like a type of band or, you know, I don't know, some rock stuff. Satanic Panic.
Are you ready to fully commit yourself to Satan?
Oh, she's pretty.
Honestly,
What the
with a
heck?
title like that, do we really need to say more? Anyone who's likely to enjoy a film named Satanic Panic will already be sold based on the title alone. The movie follows a pizza delivery girl who gets way more than she bargained for when her customers turn out to be a gang
What
of
the
high-class Satanists. Instead of an appropriate monetary tip as a
Poor
thank you
girl.
for her service, our heroine finds herself drugged and kidnapped to be served up as a virgin sacrifice.
My mom and her butt buddies are booty calling Baphomet, and they're not going to stop until you're strapped to a barbed wire altar. That's bonkers.
The film is a whole lot of fun,
Bonkers.
leaning heavily into the camp and kitsch of old school B
Ew.
movies, but elevated by committed over-the-top performances and a razor-sharp script.
That mean lady!
Number 7,
This I'm
Three
used
from
to.
Hell.
Please.
Release
I'm sorry.
date, September 16th, 2019.
The search for the fugitives known as the Devil's Rejects resulted in a violent clash with police.
Musician, filmmaker, and horror
I just
icon Rob
watched
Zombie
that.
made his directorial
Previously, I watched
debut in
that.
2003 with House of a Thousand Corpses. In 2005, he continued the harrowing story of Captain Spaulding, Otis Driftwood, and Baby Firefly with a sequel, The Devil's
This
Rejects.
is real.
Neither film fared particularly well with critics, but they've nonetheless become minor classics
You know
of
what? I
horror
thought
cinema
it was,
with a devoted.
I lied. I thought it was that, you know, that movie when we thought the guy was going to set the girls up.
Oh yeah, that movie.
I thought it was that. Never mind. Scratch
Oh, never
it.
mind,
I never
never
seen this.
following.
I love it.
And so it is with great enthusiasm that we welcome the return of this devilish trio nearly 15 years after we last saw them.
Hello, America. Did you miss me?
From the looks of the trailer, time hasn't done much to temper their madness, violent tendencies, or maniacal bloodlust. And fans wouldn't have it any other way. Consider yourself
That
warned.
clapping monkey
This
in
film
every
is
scary movie.
strictly
It's like a
intended
real-
for gore
thing you have in real
hounds,
life, or
be it
just
Halloween or
movie?
not.
It looks pretty bad. Wouldn't waste my time looking at it.
The new iPhone 12 Pro with 5G meets Verizon 5G. This is the best duo since Salt and Pepper. Football, seeds and dirt, snee and curls, silken pillows, catch up in anything. 5G just got real.
I think I want that.
Number 6, Little Monsters. Release date, October 8th, 2019, limited,
yellow on her.
and October 11th, 2019, Hulu.
What is it, Miss Caroline?
Like, what the heck?
We wouldn't call Lupita Nyong'o a scream queen. She's making a huge impact in Hollywood across a wide variety of films. That
She
being
is
said,
gorgeous.
considering her
Jesus.
inspired performance in Jordan Peele's Us earlier in 2019, there is no denying that she's one of the most exciting stars operating in the horror genre, a status further cemented by her role in this film.
My job is to keep you safe. Stay here until I get back.
In Little Monsters, which bears no relation to the
Little
1989 film by the same name, Nyong'o plays Miss Caroline, a children's teacher who must get creative when her class field trip is interrupted by a zombie invasion.
Who remembers how to play tag? Well, those funny-looking people out there are...
Imagine being a child and have to witness that. Like, what the heck? Like, you're so casual, just saying, you know, it's like a little pumpkin patch little thing. I don't know, but that's just like so casual to me. You're like, oh, it's
That's
normal.
creepy.
It's every day, you know.
An
Very
action
little
horror
kid.
comedy firing on all cylinders, Little Monsters is a lot of fun. It's actually scheduled to be released as a double bill with The Lodge.
Ew, what's that?
Oh, I got caught in the middle of a jam fight. Don't taste it, okay?
Number 5, In the Tall Grass.
Oh.
Release date,
Oh, remember
October 4th,
that?
2019.
Yes, I do.
I'm never gonna find her.
You can find things.
Sorry to pause the game. If you like trippy stuff, I suggest you watch this movie. That's a good movie.
Yes, it was. I watched it with my friends.
Yes,
Right.
really, really good movie. The best time to watch anything is by yourself. Scary stuff is by yourself. By yourself. That's most important. By yourself at night, you know, and then just go to bed after. It gives you the best
No,
dreams.
no, it does not.
For me, it gives me the best dreams.
I be having horror stories in my head.
Best type of
But
dreams.
it's easier once they're dead.
Patrick
Oh, no.
Wilson has made quite the name for himself in the 2010s starring in horror flicks, whether they be of the supernatural, comedy, or drama variety. In this Canadian horror drama, Wilson leads a cast that sees two siblings lured into the titular field of tall grass after hearing a young boy calling out for help. Of course, things go incredibly awry, and Becky and Cal must soon find a way to rescue themselves from whatever else may be out there in Kansas with them. Not only is this Netflix original directed by Vincenzo Natali, the man behind cult sci-fi horror film Cube, but it's also adapted from a 2012 novella written by Stephen King and his son Joe Hill.
Stephen
What
King,
more can we
gotta
ask
love
for?
him.
Number 4, The Lighthouse. Release date, October 18th, 2019.
What's a timberman want with being a wiki?
Oh,
Just looking to earn a living, just like any man.
What's so wicked?
Starting new.
On the run.
Like an old
This
old-fashioned
is
movie.
not your typical horror film.
Yeah, I
As
see.
anyone who saw director Robert Eggers' previous film, The Witch, will attest, he is big on mood and atmosphere, putting the audience on edge early and keeping them there for pretty much the whole film. With The Lighthouse, which stars Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson, it looks as if he's pushing those inclinations to the extreme.
Keeping secrets, are you?
No, sir.
Shot in black and white, the film follows two lighthouse keepers as they struggle with isolation, living
Black
in
and
close
white.
quarters, and various psychological fears and torments. It's already being heralded as a masterpiece, so if you're looking for something a little weird this Halloween, this is it.
How long have
Okay.
we been on this rock?
Like an old movie.
5 weeks.
Hey, wait, this is really weird. Yeah.
2 days.
I can barely even see him. What the
recollect.
heck?
Number 3, It Chapter 2.
I never saw
Release
the first
date, September 6th, 2019.
Something happens to you when you leave this town.
Change.
The farther away, the hazier it all gets.
With the first installment, director Andy Muschietti delivered one of the best mainstream horror films in recent memory. Critics loved it, fans saw it multiple times in theaters, and it went on to smash a number of box office records.
Never seen the
losers.
second one.
Have you seen the first? Just
We made it
yeah, I
over.
want to see
The
both.
film
First one was
managed to
not
deliver
scary,
the
that
scares,
everybody
an
made it
inspired
seem-
updated take on Pennywise the
Scary.
Clown, and most crucially, a cast that audiences really connected with.
Hello.
Now
Oh,
those
this is real
characters are all
voice.
grown up,
Hello.
and the
I
actors
heard the
bringing them
meme.
to life feel perfectly cast once again. The sequel sees the Losers Club returning to Derry to face the childhood horrors they'd rather forget.
We need to finish it. For good.
Muschietti promises a film that continues the emotional journey while drastically upping the scares. Sounds like a recipe for a perfect Halloween movie night.
See, like stuff like clowns that look like that, I get so creeped and petrified. Like, what the heck?
I look cool.
How doesn't that look scary? Like somebody running up to you with blood? Just no, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Number 2, Zombieland Double Tap.
Ooh.
Release date, October
actually
18th,
funny.
I saw the
2019.
first Zombieland.
Welcome to Zombieland. Life is about more than just survival.
Speaking of sequels long in the making, who's ready to catch up with Tallahassee, Columbus, Wichita, and Little Rock? It's been a decade since we last saw them, and as Abigail Breslin's character reminds us, a lot has changed during that time.
Merry Christmas! What would you like, little girl?
I'd really like for you to stop calling me little girl.
Then again, some things don't. While we'll be seeing evolved zombies and some new faces, the dynamic between our core foursome seems every bit as snarky, dysfunctional, and begrudgingly loving as we remember.
Whoopsie, I forgot the seatbelt rule.
Oh, so she knows the rules?
I love that girl.
This
With the big
sequel suffered
eyes.
in development hell for
Her.
way too long, but it does seem
Yeah.
fitting that it finally managed to crawl its way out just in time for Halloween. From the trailer, the film looks committed to making up for lost time with twice the action, comedy, and zombie fun.
Start talking.
You first. My name's Tallahassee.
Before we
What the
continue,
heck?
number 1, Dr. Sleep. Release date, November 8th, 2019. When Stephen King finally released a long-awaited sequel to his 1977 novel The Shining with 2013's Dr. Sleep, it was only a matter of time until it got the film
freaking
treatment.
God,
Of course,
you guys, that was one of my favorite movies. Like I seen it with my dad or something.
Doctor Sleep.
Cause I didn't know it was gonna be good. Wasn't thinking about even seeing it. And my dad took me. It was amazing.
Heard that the movie adaptation of The Shining,
I
which
liked it.
King famously hated, is today considered one of the greatest horror movies ever made.
I don't know about magic.
The Shining. Oh yeah.
I
I was like 5 when I
always
seen
called
that.
it The Shining.
Dr. Sleep catches up with Danny Torrance, now middle-aged, but still struggling to lead a normal life after the traumatic events of his childhood.
When I was a kid, I bumped into these things.
That movie was
When he encounters a young girl who shares his gifts, he's forced to face his past and the implications of his abilities.
I only met 2 or 3 people like us. They died.
Directed by Mike Flanagan, who gave us the excellent
was a
series
long
The
movie,
Haunting of
too.
Hill House, Dr. Sleep
over
seems
2
primed
hours,
for
I think.
success.
Oh, I don't know. How many movies have you seen out of the 10? I've seen quite a few.
2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. I never see Zombieland, the first one.
Right?
And then it was that movie without the guy was in the hospital. They didn't know who it was. They were pretending like they didn't know who it was, something like that.
Right, we seen that one.
I think wait, was another one? You just can't think of.
Well, I've seen quite a few, and if you've seen some of these videos, comment down below. Let us know if you have, or if you would ever want to, go and watch them or whatever. So, is that all?
Yes, we'll be closed. I'm tired. It's your boy Des, whoever she is. I'm tired. Peace.
Peace.